Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about all the devices and all the tools I use to help me in my graphic design job. So as you know, I'm a graphic designer and I work from home. I'm a freelancer. So I would like to tell you about all the devices that helped me and made my life a little bit easier. So the first device I want to talk about is definitely the MacBook Air. So when I first started, I wanted to get something that's light and compact because I knew I would be working from home, but as a person who loves to move a lot, I just love to go different places. So I was thinking about getting something which is compact and light, but at the same time a powerful device. So the first thing that came to mind was the MacBook Air, and to be honest with you, it's a great device and it works for me in a great way. I use all the Adobe softwares like Adobe InDesign, Adobe Illustrator, and Photoshop. Also, I tried using Premiere Pro, but I'm not a pro in that software yet. But I can tell you that this device does the trick, and actually, I put a lot of load on this device, and it's wonderful. But to be honest with you, in the future, I will definitely consider upgrading this one in the future. I know now they have the MacBook Air M2 chip. I don't know if there is a huge difference between them both, but I believe if you're just starting and if you need a powerful device but small and compact that you can take with you anywhere. Actually, it's very light. It's the lightest device I've ever had. I was actually working on a gaming laptop before this. It was a Lenovo gaming laptop, but I believe this one works for me so much better. And I'm gonna tell you about the strongest point in this device that actually convinced me that I need to get a MacBook, which is the real colors. I don't know what's the feature actually called, but I know that in this screen, whatever I see on the screen will be the real thing that anybody else sees on either printed documents or other screens, because it has a feature where I think it's called true colors or something like that. And that was very important to me because when I was using a gaming laptop before this, whatever I was designing here, once we printed like a catalog, for example, the colors were so much different, which was a huge downside to me. So that's why I was really convinced about getting a MacBook Air. Yeah, so if you're just getting started, I believe it's a Alright, so if you have a MacBook, then you definitely need something like this, which is an adapter for all different kinds of wires that you want to use. So it has HD, it has USB-C, it has the normal USB, and it has three of them. So you need an adapter like this one. This one was actually very cheap. I got it from Noon East, so you can get any kind. So the third most important thing in our process is, of course, a mouse. It's obvious, I know. You need to invest in a mouse that will help you stay comfortable because you're gonna be using it for a long time and you don't want your wrists to suffer and to have pain in your hands all the time. So definitely invest in a mouse that suits you and is really comfortable for you. This is not the greatest mouse. This is actually very normal and very cheap. It's a Microsoft mouse, but I'll be definitely investing in another one in the future. And the fourth most important thing I want to talk to you about is this pad. Sorry, it's a little bit dirty. So this pad, the special thing about this pad is that it has a cushion over here. So whenever you're using a mouse, your wrist will be resting on this cushion, so it's really good for a long time of working. So definitely get a good mouse pad. And the fifth most important tool that I'm using in my designs is actually my mini iPad. So I've had this mini iPad for a long time and I've had it actually before being a graphic designer, but how it helps me is to use an X Ibis Paint because this is an old iPad model, so I can't use Procreate on it, which is a bummer, but I'll be upgrading it very soon. But so far it's been very helpful, and if you follow me on Instagram, you'll find me always sketching on this device. I use the X Ibis Paint software or program. It's really good. It has a lot of brushes, it has a lot of options, so it helps me to sketch my ideas first on here, then I transfer it into my laptop. And I'll definitely talk about my design process in the future, but having an iPad is not a must. But if you're a person who creates sketches, so you're not just creating geometric shapes, because I feel like you can create geometric shapes on the laptop without using the iPad, but for me, using the iPad has made it a lot easier to me. And on the subject of graphic tablets, I'm going to talk about the last most important thing in my life is actually a graphic tablet. So how this has helped me is that I love to edit my designs, edit my logos, and I like to make a lot of organic shapes. If you want to see, I'm definitely going to show you a lot of examples in the future. But this Wacom tablet, as you see, it's actually the size of my laptop. So it's the huge one. I think this is the medium or the large size. I don't remember. So this is the cheapest Wacom that you can find. It's actually really good. And yeah, it's so helpful for me because I can draw whatever I want here. I can edit on my shapes. Sometimes it's really difficult using a regular mouse, so the graphic tablet definitely does the trick and helps me a lot in this. Some people don't actually like it because the issue with the Wacom tablet is that whatever you're drawing, you don't see it directly on this pad, you see it on the screen. So a lot of people don't feel comfortable drawing on something that they can't see. And actually it took me quite a while to get used to it, but once you get used to it, it's really handy and helpful if you don't have an iPad, if you're not using Procreate. So this one definitely will help you a lot. Okay, so I believe this is it. I've told you about all the devices and all the tools that I use for working at home. The one thing I forgot to mention is actually getting a good chair. Please invest in a good chair if you're gonna work from home. It's very important. You will thank me later. So if you have any other device, if you have any question about any of those devices, if you want to ask about anything, definitely leave a comment in the comment section below, and see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.